Hi, my name is Megan. I'm an occupational therapist with the AIM program, and I'm here to welcome you to the AIM to Achieve video series. I will be talking today about toileting and some of those signs of readiness to know whether or not your child is ready to start a toileting process at home. Okay, so it's potty time. Ready, set, go. This is part 1 of 4 of our toileting series. And again, this is for the AIM program and our AIM to Achieve video series. Okay, so what's the plan? Today, I will be talking about how to know if your child is ready, some of the background evidence on toileting, some signs of toileting readiness, and how to build some of those foundational skills that are required for toileting success. Other videos within this series include setting up your environment, considering how to be successful in that way, putting it all into action, and then part 4 will be troubleshooting some of the most common toileting questions that come up. Okay, toilet talk. You may have heard the term toilet learning versus toilet training. Toilet learning tends to follow the child's lead and really starts with signs of readiness, while toilet training tends to be adult directed. During our video today, I will be using toilet learning language. Okay, so how do you know when your child is ready to toilet? What age are they ready to toilet at is a question that I hear a lot. When you look at the research on typically developing children around age 1 to 2, they may start to begin to have awareness of when they're voiding. By age 3, they might be able to hold their pee a little bit longer. And by age 6, they tend to be able to empty their bladder from full or from partially full. When we consider our kiddos with Down syndrome and that they have low tone, which can affect bladder and bowel control, the children with Down syndrome do tend to be a little bit older than typically developing peers with regards to toileting habits. So that's why it's so important to look at those signs of readiness in your child. So day versus nighttime toileting, what happens first? Well, daytime happens earlier than nighttime toileting, and I'll bring your attention to this visual. So daytime bladder control occurs first, followed by daytime bowel control, finally nighttime bladder control, and then nighttime bowel control. You may be thinking, well, my child doesn't have a bowel movement overnight, and really that's because as humans, we only have a bowel movement once every 1 to 3 days, and so it likely just doesn't coincide with nighttime versus being an intentional control. The focus of our talk today will be on daytime toileting, and really just a note for you to remember that nighttime dryness typically occurs at least 6 months following daytime toilet mastery. So toileting is an ongoing process with some ups and downs, and many different things can affect toileting success: emotions, life changes, transitions, and stress. And the research actually shows that children with Down syndrome are more sensitive to those things, and the impact to toileting is greater than typically developing peers. So we just want to be really aware of that when we're looking at those ups and downs throughout our toileting journey with our kids. Okay, toileting readiness in children and parents. We do have to consider both the child and the parent in this case, because this is going to be an effort on both parts. So is your child showing interest or awareness? Are they aware when their diaper is soiled or wet? Are they able to get dressed or undressed? Are they showing some periods of dryness during the day? So you'd be looking at an hour or two between kind of voids. And if that's the case, is there any predictability to it where you can see kind of like mid-morning, okay, yeah, after we change their diaper, then they're good until lunchtime. And are they able to communicate their needs? Is there a way for them to say, I need to go to the bathroom or whatever? From a parenting perspective, you need to think about if you're ready to commit and whether you can foresee any upcoming changes in your lives. Again, thinking back to the impact of kind of transitions and stressors on a child's ability to toilet successfully. And are you prepared for some mess? We know that there is going to be ups and downs to this, so there will be some additional laundry. Okay, so what are some of the foundational skills required for toileting? We will consider all 5 of these areas, and then on the next slide, I'll take you through some different activities that will target each of the things. So gross motor, we look at the ability or the need to sit and stand, and then go from standing to sitting, as well as dressing skills. From a fine motor perspective, we really look at hand strength, the ability to pull your pants and underwear up and down. Sensory motor, are you aware of bodily sensations and can you feel that urge to go to the bathroom? Cognitive skills we'd consider would be things like planning and sequencing. So what are the different steps required to complete toileting? And the communication skills. So what's a basic way that the child can communicate their need to use the bathroom, whether that's verbal, the PEC system, visual that they point to, an assistive and augmentative communication device, or using sign. Some activity suggestions for gross motor. If you're looking at this thinking, okay, my kid's got everything, I wonder how I can support their gross motor actually. You could do some fun activities like bending down to pick something up, reaching up high to put it away. Playing basketball is a good one where you're reaching up into a hoop, or helping put away groceries. You can also practice undressing first. So undressing precedes dressing skills. And so at the end of the day, when you might have a little bit of extra time, invite your child to practice undressing as independently as possible, and it will help build their skills. For fine motor activities to help support that hand strength development, they can play with Play-Doh, they can play with spray bottles, they can help with the dishes, so squeezing some of those sponges, all of those kind of things will really help with hand strength. From a sensory motor perspective, you may have heard the term proprioceptive or heavy work. And what that does is it really gives our body information about where our body is in space, and can help build awareness of the things that are happening in our body. So some examples of heavy work that you can do easily at home would be shoveling snow, which hopefully won't be for too much longer, pushing and pulling full laundry baskets, mopping and vacuuming, loading bean bags into a doll stroller and pushing it around, or something heavy, rocks even, or even doing some yoga for kids. Cognitive skills. Like I said, we want to really focus on supporting planning and sequencing activities. So it's important to read books about toileting that can really break that down. One of our favorites was Elmo Goes Potty, which has a really nice flow to it. You can post a sequence strip in the bathroom that gives you the different steps of what's required for toileting. Please feel free to talk to your AIM therapist for a copy of that if you wish. And family members can model bathroom routines. So parents and siblings can invite the child in to their level of comfort and have them involved as much as possible as they become more aware of the things that happen in the bathroom, those steps to toileting. And finally, communication skills. So parents can model their communication each time they need to go to the bathroom. Okay, I need to pee. They might point to a visual picture of a toilet, or they might use the sign for toileting. If you do use a visual picture of the toilet, make sure it's accessible to your child so they can mimic you. And feel free to connect with your speech therapist at AIM if you have any more specific questions about your child's needs from a communication perspective. Okay, so that's everything I have for you for today. Stay tuned for It's Potty Time Part 2, Setting Up for Success. And thanks for watching the Aim to Achieve video. You can view our other videos on AIM's YouTube channel, and we look forward to chatting with you soon.